All right, so first game back was last week. You have that goal at the end of the game. Just kind of take me through that fourth quarter for the team coming back. Obviously, the runs from Georgia were apparent in that fourth quarter. How did you guys get out of there?
Yeah, it certainly wasn't what we scripted pregame that game, but that's the game of lacrosse. Those runs, it seemed like anytime we got a lead, we let them back in. So we got to be better at the defensive end, and I think just experience. Our vets stepped up and said, "Hey, let's just win this next five." And yeah, we were fortunate enough to get the W. And we look back at last year, maybe we weren't getting those wins, but yeah, to help out and contribute to the team is awesome.
One of the storylines that we've kind of been going with for the last couple of months is how this team has grown defensively without you being on the floor with them. How have you now seen guys step up in different spots?
Well, it's just impressive. You see guys like Ogilvy and Tyler Halls and Ethan Schott and these guys and guys like Gillies and Reeser and Gilray just to kind of take that next step. And I've just been so, I'm sitting there in the stands and I have chills watching them. I'm watching them, compete against the game in Toronto, which was a playoff game for us. And I'm just impressed. And, guys are taking that next step. And if we want to continue to play deep in May and June, we're going to have to take that next extra step as well.
Another guy who's taking that extra step is Rylan Hartley. Sets a franchise record in saves in a game last week. How is it having him as your backstop?
You don't win in this league unless you get goaltending, and he's been our backbone all year. He's arguably been, our MVP, obviously, on defense. But, when we're not doing our job defensively, we know that we can count on him. And it's everyone's in this together. We're all kind of pulling on the rope in the same direction. But, having him back there, just kind of seeing him take, that extra year and just see what he's doing now, I'm so proud of him. And, obviously, we're excited to have him back there.
Now you turn your attention towards Philadelphia this week. Obviously, it's one game at a time, but you're going to play them 3 times in the next 6 weeks. What does that do mentally for a team going into this matchup?
It's almost like a playoff series, the best kind of 2 out of 3 series. We know they're a solid team. They're playing good lacrosse. Like they were in a tight game this morning. Played a good game against New York. So. They added a big piece in Mitch Jones, and he seems to be ripping it up right now. So, for us, it's cliche. We say one game at a time, but we have to focus on us. We have an opponent, but the test is against ourselves and how we're going to be ready to go. So it's a great, we can't wait to go out there and compete against them, but ultimately it's a test for ourselves.
The last time that these two teams played, it was here, and within the first 3 minutes of the game, there was a fight. I mean, just what type of aggression can we expect between Philadelphia and Rochester?
Yeah, I really don't know. I think some games are different than others. Some guys, some games, some teams just butt heads more than others. I think we have in the past between Rochester and Philadelphia, there has been some sparks. But I really don't know. If it happens, it happens. I think we're just focused on doing our job. That's just part of the game.
It's a team that you're kind of familiar with, especially guys like Joe Resiteritz. Blaze Reardon's a guy who's going to be coming back to Rochester. He's probably going to have a lot of family in the stands. What's just the conversation defensively when you know what some of these guys are going to bring to the table?
You look at their offense, and they're a bunch of superstars. Like those guys know how to put the ball in the net. Obviously, Blaze, Joey Rez, Ben McIntosh, Kyle Matisse, Mitch Jones. I'm not sure if Rambo will be in or not, but these guys are great ball players, and we have our work cut out for us. We got to make sure we bring our A game, because if we sleep, these guys are going to bury it. So that's on us. We got to be ready. We got to be on our toes. We got to dictate the game, and can't wait for tomorrow.
With it being the first afternoon game here in Rochester for you guys, what does that mindset be like? It's obviously going to be a little bit different setup. It's not a night game. What are you guys just talking about in the locker room? Your mentality of, all right, it's a different time. How are we gonna handle this? How are we gonna come out?
Yeah, I guess it's from a logistics standpoint, it's not normally what we do. We had that first, I think, taste of it last weekend in Georgia. So it's at the end of the day, we get to show up and play lacrosse. So it's really no different. We got to be mentally strong enough to go out there. It doesn't matter what time, who we're playing against, we got to be ready to go. So, I think for our fans playing a Sunday, it's kind of nice for them. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And then with the departure of Kevin Crowley, obviously going to San Diego, the acquisition of Mitch Jones and everything, and then Russaterits, as you had mentioned, what's going to be the biggest focus on really just honing them in and making sure that, you guys get them off of their game in your advantage?
Yeah, I think kind of as I mentioned earlier, like they're all very capable ball players. They can all score. They can all dish it out. So we need to take away time and space more than anything. We can't let them be comfortable, and we just got to limit their time and space, because if they get chances to get their hands free, they're going to put it in the back of the net, and that's on us to do our job. We got our work cut out for us. We got to be mentally ready to go.